Welcome back, YouTube. We're on Saturday the 1st, November 2008. And, with that being said, just a little disclaimer here. If you hear me breathing heavy or anything, it's not because of health issues or anything. It's because it's 86 degrees in the recording spot. That background noise is a fan. But before we get into it, making sure y'all are there. Benjamin Austin is in his third reign. Sabu and RVD are in their fourth tag team title reign. The United States champion is Big Show. The women's tag team champion is Rebecca Knox and Tina Dashwood. If Tina Dashwood continues, she is on the road to being one of the most decorated USPW women's stars. And our current USPW Women's World Champion, Melina Ruka, 64 days with 5 successful title defenses. But last, but definitely not least, the USPW World Champion, Randy Orton, in his third reign. We have TNT in 2 days, and in 27 days, We Die Young 3 is what the next big event is. So with that being said, without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, we start TNT off with Booker T defeating Dave Christ with the crap. Sorry, I'm getting tongue twisted here. Scissors kick for a 55. Booker T cut a promo and he says, "Can you dig that, sucker?" That is the sound of Booker T's entrance music as you are the victim of his way back to his U.S. title. Kevin Steen comes out or he's backstage and appears on the Tantrum and says that Booker T won't get that U.S. title back because the U.S. title belongs to greats such as him, such as James Storm, such as people like Abyss, AJ Styles, not Booker T. Melina Ruka had a video package and the focus was on her for a 41, not bad. Chris Jericho cut a promo and he says that at We Die Young, he wants Randy Orton. RVD and Sabu cut promos. Christian cut a promo. Randy Orton comes out, and once he comes down to the ring and he says this, and points to each and every one of the members of the dynasty, he says this is what dominance looks like. Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase Jr., David Flair, born into greatness, raised by legends. But make no mistake, being second generation means nothing unless you learn how to evolve. And under me, they've evolved. They've grown teeth. They've become killers, just like me. See, I didn't need a handshake, a feel-good story, or a legacy handed down to me. I took what I wanted. I ended careers. I didn't just survive in this business. I thrived because I was born to do this better than anyone else ever could. USPW wants to talk about their heroes, about their workhorses, about their tradition. Well, tradition is dead. Loyalty, overrated, and respect, earned by those willing to do what others won't. The locker room doesn't get it. Management doesn't get it, but soon you all will. We are the dynasty. We don't beg. We don't chase. We take. And there's not a damn thing anyone can do about it. So here's your warning. Step in our way, and you'll end up like the rest. RKO'd, punt kicked, and forgotten. Kane has a video package. In the Dynasty, Cody and Ted Jr. versus the Shadow Alliance gets a 49, and Cody Rhodes submitted Trent Acid with an American Nightmare. Jessie McKay versus Arisa Nakajima. Arisa Nakajima defeated Jessie McKay with a bridging double chicken wing for a 43. Big Show cuts a promo about the U.S. title, and he says, Booker T, I'm going to keep this real simple, because this is how this ends. Simple and painful. You walked around here as the champion. I took that championship. And if you step in my way again, Booker T, you'll get a WMD. Then he defends his title for the first defense against Christopher Gray for a 47. And then Tyler Black gets an 82 to make defense number 7 of the NWA World Heavyweight title. Not bad at all. Not bad. The main event does get a 66. Randy Orton makes defense number 1 of the USPW World title. 69 isn't the worst. 3,000 in the hole. Not bad. We'll continue. Okay, Kurt Angle defeated William Regal with an angle slam for a 67, which was the opener match. It wasn't bad. And then Tyler Black comes out with the NWA World Heavyweight Championship draped over his shoulder. And he says, 4 years ago, I walked into this industry with nothing but a chip on my shoulder and fire in my soul. And look where I am now. He lifts the NWA World title high above his head. He says, I am the best, period. The best wrestler, the best champion, the best to ever lace up a pair of boots. You can throw out names like Ric Flair, Sting, Terry Funk. Hell, line them all up and I'll say to every single one of their faces, I'm better. Don't get it twisted. I respect the legends. I've studied the game. But I own this era. And there's only one name. There is only one name I ever truly idolized. One name that I actually truly respect. And that's Harley Race. A real champion, a real fighter. A man who didn't play politics. He just beat people up. So if anyone back there thinks they're next in line, if you think you're good enough to stand toe-to-toe with the greatest wrestler walking this planet, I've got bad news. Your dream match, it'll be your worst nightmare. Because this isn't about being a champion, it's about being the standard, the benchmark in this industry. The reason people care. I am Tyler Black. And whether you like it or not, this is my world now. Not bad, it does get a 74. And then Harley Race actually makes his entrance and holds up Tyler Black's arm. So this may be like a manager role from Harley Racing to Tyler Black. I don't know. But Booker T comes out and he says, Big Show, I've heard everything you've had to say, dog. You talking about freight trains, punches, and taking what's yours. But let me make one thing clear. That title on your hip, that U.S. title, isn't yours. Never was. Never will be. You want to talk about dominance? You want to talk about being the best, biggest, baddest man in USPW? That's real funny coming from a dude who's been taking naps while I've been making history. You may be a giant, but I'm a damn legend. Five-time world champion, and now the USPW world champion one time, soon to be 2 times. I earned that gold with sweat, pain, and grind, and you're just trying to throw it all away. So at We Die Young, Big Show, me versus you, ladder match. Big Show cuts a promo and says, "Okay, you're on. You're on." Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr. cut promos about the World Tag Team titles. Kane has a video package. Christian cuts a promo in which he challenges Tyler Black to a match for the NWA World Heavyweight title tonight. Randy Orton cuts a promo. Kurt Angle also cuts a promo. But the best promo, it seems, is going to be from Chris Jericho, in which he says that we die young. It's going to be him versus Randy Orton, and even if he has to do something crazy to get it. Arisa Nakajima and Amy Hennig versus Rebecca Knox and Tina Dashwood. Rebecca Knox and Tina Dashwood make defense number 2 of the USPW Women Tag Team titles. 43. Tyler Black defeated Christian with a curb stomp to make defense number 9 of the NWA World Heavyweight title. Not bad. Benjamin Austin defeated Brendan Tomaselli in a hardcore match to make defense number 1 of the USPW hardcore title. And then the main event gets a 66, and Randy Orton defeated Mick Foley with an RKO to make defense number 2 of the USPW World title. Gets a 76, not bad. 1,000 in the hole only. 28 in Southwest, 36 in Midlands, 27 in Northern and Southern England. Not bad. Okay, Area Star defeated Amy Hennig with a Lee out for a 36 to start to show off. Is kind of slow. Eddie Kingston and James Storm got promos about RVD and Sabu. They actually go on to say that RVD and Sabu is holding the World Tag Team title scene hostage. Big Show cuts a promo saying that next week that Dustin Rhodes will book a number 1 contender match. RVD and Sabu cut promos. Booker T and Christian has a match. Christian defeated Booker T with a frog splash. Kane has a video package. Kurt Angle cut a promo for a 75. Chris Jericho cut a promo challenging Randy Orton to a match at We Die Young 3. Cody and Ted Jr. cut promos. Joe Hennig defeats Kevin Steen for 55. And then Tyler Black defeated RVD once again for an 82. Tyler Black makes defense number 10 of the NWA World Heavyweight title. Sting has an angle for a 70, not bad. It was him returning, and then he attacked Tyler Black and then there's a brawl for a 74. Kurt Angle defeated Randy Orton. 76 isn't bad. Yeah, that's not a bad show. Crap. The woman that always pushing for the head of the industry. Always pushing her to be one of the biggest women stars. Guess she'll drop her title. Let's go to TNT. Okay, Velvet Sky defeated Melina Ruka with a retaliation for a 61. Big Show cut a promo for a 74 talking about how the match is coming tonight. And it will be Booker T versus Kevin Steen versus... Hang on, give me a second here. Drew Galloway versus... David Flair. We have an interview from RVD and Sabu. Chris Jericho cut a promo about facing Randy Orton for the title. Christian cut a promo about how he may join the match at We Die Young for the NWA World Heavyweight title. Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr. cut promos for a 49. And then Booker T defeated Kevin Steen In the order of elimination, Drew Galloway, Devin Flair, and then Kevin Steen for a 53. Not bad. Randy Orton had a promo that got an 85. Booker T cut a promo for a 54. Kane had a video package. And then Kane versus Sting. Sting defeated Kane with a Scorpion Deathlock. And then Tyler Black defeated Bobby Dempsey for a 65. And then afterwards, Sting and Tyler Black stares down one another. And Tyler Black screams at Sting, "We die young! You and me! 1-on-1!" But then Dustin Rhodes' music hits and says that due to the fact that Christian as a notable challenger for the NWA World Heavyweight title is now a triple threat. Sting versus Tyler Black versus Christian at We Die Young. And then the main event gets a 77 and Kurt Angle defeated Randy Orton when Randy Orton was busted open for a 77. 80's not bad. We only lost 2,000. We make back more than what we lose now. Let's go to We Die Young. Okay, Pretty Defiant win back the USPW Women's Tag Team titles for a 54. They're really dominating this women's title scene. And then Jeff Hardy defeated Johnny Gargano with the Swanton Bomb to win the NWA National title. Big Show cuts a promo. Joe Hennig defeated Austin Creed with a Hennigplex. And then Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr. cut promos for 48. Kurt Angle cut a promo backstage about going after Randy Orton. Scott D'Amore cut a promo as well for 67. RVD and Sabu cut promos. Velvet Sky defeated Melina Ruka with the Blonde Ambition. Velvet Sky wins back what was hers to begin with. And then Benjamin Austin defeated Kevin Steen to make defense number 2 the USPW Hardcore title. Sabu and RVD versus the Wild Riders. The Wild Riders defeated RVD and Sabu for 58. Booker T defeated Big Show to win the USPW United States title back. And then Tyler Black defeated Christian and Sting in a hardcore match when Tyler Black pinned Sting with a curb stomp for an 80. This is not bad at all. He carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. And then the last match. Randy Orton defeated Chris Jericho in a ladder match to make defense number 3 of the USPW World title. Not bad at all. 75. Tyler Black, Randy Orton. You know what? I don't ever really give the newer guys credit like this. $99,000 in profit. Woo! 55 in the Great Lakes, 38 in Mid-Atlantic, 31 in Mid-South, Midwest. We got up to 37 in Tri-State, 23 in Alberta, 23 in British Columbia, 37 in Midlands, 28 in Northern and Southern England. Woo! Alright. We're here on the day after. USPW We Die Young says that the show was awesome. We sold approximately 687. What? The viewer rating was 28,000 viewers. 29 overall. Something seems wrong here. We had our highest attendance there. Oh. I see. Okay. Yep. Well, that's it for tonight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, your family. The most important of all, though, share with your dog. Alright.